Welcome to CSN the Network Podcast. This is your host, Kayvon Cutler, with my amazing co-host, Malik Hampton. How you doing this evening, brother?
I'm good, man. Ready to pod. How you, brother?
Man, blessed, black, and highly favored, as Drizzy would state. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Drizzy. Once again, Drizzy is busy with work, unfortunately, so she cannot join us this evening, but y'all know we're going to hold it down for her. Excuse us for missing last week, man. Malik traveled. He was in town. I was out of town with the family. I just felt like, we deserved a week off, especially to spend time with our loved ones. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot going on, just period in the world. So really just wanted everybody to take the proper time to spend time with family, man. You had a good holiday, though?
Great holiday, man. Got to see all the fam, all the love folks. So always a good time. Really just kicked it with the fam the whole time for real though. Man,
Word,
but made sure I linked with everybody.
word, man. I'm glad you had a
How
good
was how
trip.
was Cleveland, man?
Man, it snowed a lot, you know what I'm saying? So that kind
It
of
snowed up there. Damn.
yeah, that kind
Oh
of
yeah, that's right. It did the game. Did you end up going to the game?
nah.
Okay.
Nah, but shout out to Unc though. Big Sheldon. We had he his lodge, they had this tailgate party at this bar in Cleveland. So while the whole game was going on, you could get pizza, wings, and beer for free. No cap at this bar, how they had it set up. So that was a dope experience, shout out to them for setting up that opportunity to experience that. It's always a blessing to kick it with the fam. But yeah, it was a great holiday. Thanksgiving, I got to meet cousins I haven't seen since I was a little kid. Um, you know, it's always a blessing to link with the normal cousins. You feel me? Got to see my aunt Janice. I ain't seen her in years. So that was a blessing. That's one of my grandma's sisters that's still living. So thank God for that. Uh, it was cool to, of course, kick it with Mama K, my twin. Shout out to Mama. You know what I'm
That's Mama
saying?
K.
Um, I spoke to Mama Yana too, of course, wished her a happy holiday. So mom threw down. I'm still munching on it. I know the rule, but my mom cooked on Saturday because we went to Unc's on Thursday. And Friday I was moving around, so she cooked Saturday while the games was going. So I still got a day, I feel like, to get some of this stuff gone as far as the Thanksgiving leftovers. But man, speaking of football, college football, man, it's been a lot of great announcements going on. Great things going on in college foot and high school foot. Starting out, you know, uh, high school football state championship weekend. Uh, State championship is now hosted in Charleston, West Virginia. Just to remind everybody, the games are at Lately Field. If you want to head over and catch a catch a good state football championship game, man. I think Saturday you'll have a full slate.
What's the
Uh,
matchups?
Man, excuse me, hold on. I know in AAA we got Nitro playing Princeton.
Hmm. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it is. Shout out to Nitro being one of the teams from the Valley to make it to the state championship. Uh, Let me see here. Shout out to Takai and Foxy, man. That's a great opportunity for them to get one, man. That's going to be a big opportunity. It's going to be a good game because Princeton got that motion kid, who's a great dual threat type of player. I mean, he can run, catch. He nasty, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you heard about him, bro. He
They said
cold.
he the kid. He gonna win the Kennedy, bro. They
Yeah,
said he nice.
white boy cold, fam. He cold. He cold. So he definitely deserves it. Um, that's gonna be a good game, They got you got to think Nitro got a nasty receiver, man. Outside of just having to Kai, right? They got a receiver named Malachi Thompson, 6'4" receiver. Been going crazy for Nitro. He just signed a WU today.
W, yeah, I've seen that.
Shout out to him, man. Um, so yeah, just setting up. That's gonna be a good game. That's in AAA though. Again, that's Princeton versus Nitro. Then in AA, we got Bluefield versus Frankfurt. Frankfurt is undefeated. Uh, let me see. Shout out to Bluefield too, making it to the state championship, man. Uh,
Morgantown and Martinsburg, 4A.
Surprise Martinsburg, right? Just kidding, man. Of course, Martinsburg is one of the great prestigious programs in the state. Morgantown too. Definitely been a program that's been really good in football over the years, going crazy. Um, and then let me see here.
It's Willing Central versus Clay
Clay
Battelle.
Battle. Yep.
Clay Battle.
Or yeah, Battelle. It's probably excuse me, it's Battelle. And they actually play on Friday at 7 p.m. They play on Friday night. The other teams will play on Saturday. But the single A, they will play Friday evening. So, shout out to them. More announcements regarding prep sports. Shout out to all the local homies, throughout the valley. Devin Lazo, making first team all conference at receiver. Shout out to LB, women winning that MSAC offensive player of the year. Day Day, David Robinson Jr. winning the MSAC player of the year. Lil Jaden winning rookie of the year. Been going crazy, man. Shout out to all those boys. Shout out to Ja'Cory and all those boys making first team all conference. DeMajay Spencer, all the little homies, man. I don't want to leave nobody out, man. There's a lot of y'all that did some positive things. I just wanted to shed light on some of the players that, got some individual accolades that was major as far as player of the year, first team all conference, man.
Shout
Boys.
out to Lil Manje, man. I seen they had him in there as JJ. Get my boys right, man.
Get his name right, man. Word is
Man.
bond. So shout out to all those boys. But yeah, man, setting the slate, state championship, man. Malik and I both got an opportunity to play in the state championship while we were in high school playing. It's a great experience. I'm sure it's different now. Obviously, Malik playing at home, that would have been crazy.
I can
Uh,
only imagine.
you feel me? So,
I can
uh,
only imagine.
man, man. So I just hope, the local team. No, it's gonna be tough beating Princeton. Let me keep it all the way official, but hopefully Nitro could pull it out. That'd be big for that program. When did we ever think Nitro would win a state championship in football, keeping it a buck? Like we know how they were when you and I were both in high school. That wasn't a football school. You know what I'm saying? Mike Scott and what's his name? Marcus Valentine, shout out to them. And Brett McClanahan when he came on used to go crazy like around the time when we was like young, like in middle school while they was like in high school. And then when we stepped into high school, them boys was still putting up crazy numbers. But outside of that, Nitro really hadn't been too relevant in football as of until like the past like recent like 5 6 years, especially the past 2 years. They've really been elevating the football program. So, we'll see what happens, man.
Yep. Get to settle it on the field, man. Good luck to all them boys.
And college football, man. I'm excited for today regarding this particular subject heading. We got some good content for y'all today, but first I wanted to start from this past weekend, man. Rivalry weekend, the last regular season weekend for college football. Uh who was your CSN player of the week?
I got two.
Okay. That's a
I'm
first.
giving it to Jaren Sagaputele. That's the quarterback from Cal. He went 31 for 40, 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, upset win over SMU. Um, So I want to give him love because he's probably the real player of the week. But I wanted to give Jaden Ball shout out too. He's the running back for the Florida Gators. He had 38 carries, 266 yards, two tugs, and we beat Florida State in our rivalry game. But just giving him love because it's our first 1,000 yard back since Kelvin Taylor played there, man.
Wow.
You know, so yeah, it's been a while, man. Just the milestones. I just wanted to shout the bull out.
Nah, you good. Mine is Vanderbilt's quarterback, Pavia, Diego Pavia, who went 18 for 28, 260 yards. Yeah, he threw two picks, but he had one touchdown. Well, he coupled that with having 165 rushing yards and then another touchdown. So in total, he had over 400 total yards, um, two touchdowns, led his team to a victory over Tennessee. Rivalry, in-state rivalry. So that's a good win for the program, and that just stamps the year him and the program have been having. They've had a really good year, and they just flipped a five-star recruit from Georgia to them, quarterback, man. So shout out to Vanderbilt. I just seen where they extended their head coach, so they got a lot of good stuff going on, man. You got to reward your coaches when they do good, especially when they bring programs up that's not expected to be in these type of conversations, man. As far as playoff teams, so he did a great coaching job this year. Next, we have, did the committee get the playoff rankings correct this week? And for
Uh,
our listeners, not to cut you off, of course, Malik, just to fill them in on what the rankings are real quick. Number one, we have OSU, O State. Number two, we have Indiana. Number three, we have Georgia. Number four, we have Texas Tech. Number five, we have Oregon. Number six, we have Ole Miss. Number seven, we have Texas A&M. All of the aforementioned teams have 11 wins or more. So that was getting the top seven. Eight, we have Oklahoma. Nine, we have Alabama. Roll Tide. 10, we have Notre Dame. 11, we have BYU. And number 12, we have Miami with Texas and Vanderbilt being right outside of the playoff. You know what I mean? But like I said, they're in the conversation. No, they're on the fringe. They of course need some help. But yeah, man. You think the committee got it right though, fam?
um, yeah, for the most part, they got the rankings right. But the projections of the bracket, no. So I mean, like the rankings, just because that you see the 1 through 12 like that, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be those 12 teams because you got some tie-ins, you know, conference wise. So they got to put a group of five team in there. Um, Off a rip, they get automatic bid. So that's one slot gone, off your outside of your conference joints. But they showed the prediction model yesterday or whatever, and they had a prediction model of two group of five teams getting in. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that at all. One group of five team getting in, cool, And I know we trying to put deserving teams in, but two group of five teams can't get in, bro. That just can't happen. That
Why
can't
do you
happen
feel that way?
because they can't win it. They can't win it. They really can't compete for the championship. You know, it's point blank and simple.
Yeah.
They
I
just
know,
never not gonna make a run.
I know after that TCU beat down that they suffered in the national championship a couple years ago. Ever since then, you really want to
TCU
watch.
power forward. That's what I'm saying. Like that's a power
Yeah,
four team.
facts.
Georgia smacked them because it was a talent discrepancy, but that's a power four team.
Yeah,
They was able to win two playoff games. They beat Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
so, you gotta get them credit there. They just ran it. Georgia was just a juggernaut. But the
Oh,
power
facts.
four, the nine power four teams that we're talking about, these other group of five teams, but they not going.
And
One of
that's
them
why
might get somebody a game, bro, but that's it, bro. They
and
can't
that's why
run
I
the
brought up
gauntlet.
TCU. You feel me? Because I feel like ever since then, you really got to be mindful of, all the teams you include in the playoffs because if that can happen to, P14, then imagine, what I'm saying, what can happen if, a group of five team does go on a run, uh, I
Same
just,
thing.
I just want to keep it competitive. You dig? I know that's one of their goals, and of course, the teams. There's a few teams that have a case. Like Texas has a case. They have an interesting case, but they still do have a case. That was a very big win that they picked up at the end of the year in the league. So, you know,
Yeah, I mean, bro, a lot of people got cases. It's funny, man. I don't know. A lot of people got cases. Texas do got a good case. Like I know a lot of people say they got three losses, and their worst loss being our versus Florida. That's a bad loss for sure. Um, but Ohio State didn't blow Texas out. You know, um, I just don't. Georgia, I guess Georgia kind of handled them. But if you watch the game, the onside kick after the score really was kind of the deflator. Texas had an opportunity to get a stop, but if you like I said, if you were watching the game, it had turned and it went from like a defensive stalemate to like a back and forth game to where the offenses started humming. Georgia having the advantage. So when Georgia took a lead, they kicked the onside kick, got it back, and was able to kind of ice the game more so than Georgia just jumping on them start to finish. Um, yeah, it's a lot of people. I think Texas got one of the better cases because I think Texas is one of the better rosters, to be honest with you. Just personally speaking, yeah, it's funny though because like you'll hear people say Texas shouldn't get in with three losses, but you'll hear people saying, like, just using y'all as an example, like Bama shouldn't drop out of it if they lose to Georgia because they playing in the conference championship game. That would give Bama three losses. And I'd always tell you, y'all probably got the worst loss, you know, in the top 25 with that FSU loss there, you know. So I don't know. I'm anxious to see how they do it. I just don't want to see two group of five teams get in, bro. Like everybody's got a gripe. Miami, I feel like Miami feels like they have a gripe, but outside of their Notre Dame win, they ain't really got nothing else to hang their hat on this season, man. And then they did lose two games in a 3 week stretch in the middle of the season, so it ain't like they've been cruising all the way through, and they could have lost, to Virginia as well. So I mean, it's going to be interesting, brother. I think they got the rankings right, but it ain't gonna turn out to be right, especially how everything ends up playing out, man.
man, what key games are you looking forward to this week, man? Um, like I said, last weekend was rivalry weekend. I know it's unfortunate regarding, college football heading towards an end, but I do think it's a lot of opportunity for some movement to be made regarding the playoff rankings, and it's another opportunity just for spectators to catch a lot of great football games, man, because it's conference championship weekend. So real quick, man, we're gonna go from shoot, let's just do them all real quick. Shoot, fam. Sun Belt Championship. We got Troy versus James Madison, man. Who you got in that joint? That's on Friday night.
James Madison,
I do too. Shout out to
that
them, man.
spread 23.5, bro.
Yeah, facts. James Madison ranked too. They got him at 25.
That's one of the teams they talking about putting the winner of these two group of five joints they trying to put in, bro.
Uh Speaking of the next conference he's talking about is the American Championship, where we have another two ranked opponents that at the beginning of the season it seemed highly unlikely. And Neil Brown just became the head coach of North Texas, who's ranked 24th in the nation. They'll be playing Tulane, which is number 20 in the nation. Malik, I'll let you go first. Y'all just hired their coach, you know.
Yeah, I'm rocking with Tulane, man. John Summerall's our coach, so I'm gonna tune into this one heavy for sure. But I do like North Texas is they starting a true freshman quarterback, bro. That's tough. I think
Yeah,
he's gonna go to Oklahoma State with the coach. The coach got the Oklahoma State job in North Texas, Eric
yeah.
Morris.
I seen that. It's a lot of movement going on right now in college foot. Like people, you know, getting new jobs, and then coaches that's kind of been out of it or let go, they getting that job. They falling right in, man, getting replaced. So that's the game as far as coaching. But I'm taking number 20 Tulane as well. It's gonna be a good game though. That's also on Friday night. Shoot, then Saturday, we're gonna go in order as far as time. At noon, we have a great game, Big 12 championship, BYU versus Texas Tech. Leak, who you got?
I got Texas Tech.
And excuse me, 11. BYU is ranked 11th, like I just mentioned to y'all, and Texas Tech is ranked fourth. So that's another matchup between ranked opponents, which a lot of these are going to be given this the conference championship weekend. And I'm also taking Texas Tech. Spread is 12 and a half on that. Uh, Next we have um, my Alabama boys playing Georgia again. 4 o'clock slate, ABC, SEC championship. Lake, who you got?
I'm taking Georgia. Um, I some tells me Alabama is gonna win. Funny enough, so like that wouldn't surprise me at all if y'all scrape them again. Uh, but I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see y'all lose, bro. I kind of want to see y'all lose to see what they do with these rankings. I just want to see exactly. I just want to see exactly what they gonna do if y'all lose, bro. For real, for real.
Respect. I'm definitely taking us. That was my preseason pick. When we
Yeah,
made it.
y'all was my preseason pick, man, as
I know.
well. You know,
Yeah.
that's funny. It's funny y'all got
So
to play Georgia again. That's what I said. I wouldn't be surprised if y'all scraped them for real, for real.
and they're gonna make us
Uh,
earn it, but Georgia deserved to make it back too. So
it's
um
a it's hard to beat a team twice,
one hundred
especially in the
percent,
same
man.
season. You know,
But we did it a couple years ago when we won it. The last time we won it, we beat Georgia twice. So
bro, you got to stop that, bro. Stop that, bro. We talking Saban's gone, bro. Stop it.
that
Stop
is
it, bro.
true. That
Stop
is
it,
true.
bro.
I'm just saying.
That's the Smitty freshman year natty touchdown. Stop it, bro.
No, I'm just
Stop
saying.
it.
I'm just saying, man. It has happened before, though. We've done it to them before. You feel me? So it can happen. Just stating history. They don't have a big success rate against us now. You feel me? So we should go in there confident, even though the target on our back, shoot, put the target on their head, man. Then in the 8 o'clock slot, we got two games at 8 o'clock. ACC championship. I'm gonna set that one up first because I think the next game is super gas. Definitely looking forward to watching that when my team gets done handling their business. But we got number 17 Virginia and Duke taking Virginia in that matchup. But who you got, bro?
Um, I'm taking Virginia too. I know a lot of people want Duke to win because that'll help. If Duke wins, that'll help the case to keep two group of five people out. Um, so yeah, a lot of people want Duke to win. I kind of need Duke to win as well, but Duke winning kind of ensures Miami might get in. I don't really want to see Miami get in. Then that's a rival, and I'm hating, you know. Uh, so yeah, but I think Virginia's gonna win that game. Duke, nice though. Don't be surprised.
And then on Saturday at 8 o'clock, we got number one O State and number two Indiana. Who you got in that game, bro?
I'm taking Indiana for the upset, just because that's what I want to see happen.
Respect, respect. But yeah, that sums up. As far as the games we're looking forward to next. This was the portion that I told you I was excited to discuss. We have our top 25 college football players since 2000. Y'all know last episode we discussed the top 25 college basketball players since 2000, so we switched over to the college football side. Uh, Leak, I'll give you my list first, real quick. Again, this is based off electricity, impact, individual success, uh, the impact you had on team success, all that, man. But I feel like my list is wavy. Number one, I got Cam Newton. Number two, I have Reggie Bush. Number three, I have Tim Tebow. Number four, I have Vince Young. Number five, I have Andrew Luck. Number six, I have Joe Burrow. Number seven, I have Ed Reed. Number eight, I have Ndamukong Suh. Uh, Number nine, I have Darren McFadden. And number 10, I have Larry Fitzgerald.
Do you want me to comment or do you want to what
I'm like, I'm just reading my first 10.
you
You
want me to
got
read
it?
my 10?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, my 10. Reggie Bush, Cam Newton, Tim Tebow, Vince Young, Ed Reed, and Ndamukong Suh, Tyrann Mathieu, Devontae Smith, Larry Fitzgerald, Joe Burrow.
Respect. Okay. You got a solid list.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
A
my
lot of
11.
overlap. I see the overlap.
Yep, yep. 11 through 20, I have Brian McKinney. I have Lamar Jackson. I have Devontae Smith. I have Deshaun Watson. I have Tyrann Mathieu. I have Roy Williams, the Roy Williams that plays safety, Malik, uh, at Texas. Um, Next, I have Derrick Henry. Next, I have Christian McCaffrey. Next, I have Justin Blackman. And next, I have Michael Crabtree
I like that. I like that.
as my 11 through 20.
My 11 through 20 would be. Sorry, I have to on two different papers here.
Now you get
Um, where I started. Okay. We got Lamar Jackson at 11, Brian McKinney at 12, Luke Kuechly at 13, Aaron Donald at 14, Deshaun Watson at 15, David Pollock at 16, Michael Crabtree at 17, Patrick Peterson at 18. Yeah, Patrick Peterson at 18. Uh, did I say Brian McKinney? Is he
yes.
on here twice?
Yeah, he was 12.
Damn, I got him on here twice. My bad, brother. Hold on. Let me move that out the way. Um, I'll put Patrick Peterson at 18. Um, Baker Mayfield at 19, and Julius Peppers will be my 20th player in the
Respect.
top 20.
Respect. Okay. This is you got it. You got a tough list. You got a tough list. I like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know I may surprise some people with my Roy Williams pick, but if you look at the accolades and went back to what he did and how nice he was, but he's one of the best DBs that has played since 2000. You know what I mean? They just don't talk about him. Uh, he was covered.
Absolutely.
Um, but I love your list. I love that you got. Baker Mayfield in there. I love that you got Julius Peppers in there, acknowledging how nice those two were. David Pollock, he was nasty in college. I think he gets a bad rep maybe for his on air personality. I think
And he went to Georgia.
yeah,
Nobody likes that.
you feel me? I don't think he's on ESPN anymore. But if you go look at the numbers, Malik, he went crazy.
He's a
Like,
three-time first-team All-American, bro.
yeah, he went crazy. So I love those acknowledgments, man. You can't go wrong, with him. Um, I guess I would say I went a lot. Malik, diverse defensive. I went offense. It seemed like you feel me because I'm interested to hear your 21 through 25. So here's mine. 21, I got Aaron Donald, fam. Number
Hmm.
20, number 22, I got Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? Percy Harvin. 23, I got Jonathan Taylor. 24, I have Terrell Suggs. And 25, I have Travis Hunter.
I like that pick. I like the Travis pick, man.
Play both sides of the
Um,
ball at a high rate. We hadn't seen that. We haven't seen that since like Charles Wilson. We was kids when he did that, bro. We hadn't seen that. Somebody playing both sides of the ball at that high a clip. Charles Wilson wasn't even doing that. And when he won the Heisman, it wasn't even at that high of a clip. You feel me? Like he legit was going crazy in college, man. So that's my 21 through 25. That's no knock. Just real quick, my honorable mentions. I love Bryce Young, but I couldn't force it. You dig? I love
right.
Bryce. I love Bryce Young. Baker Mayfield was cold. Malik, what's my white boy's name that won the Heisman at Nebraska? That year they got
Eric
smacked by
Eric
Miami.
Crouch.
I liked him when I was a kid. I liked him a lot. I liked him a lot, man. Sean Taylor, rest in peace. Sean Taylor was cold. I'm just naming names that, could have been in consideration potentially. Um, who else? Who else we missing, Lee? Since 2000, that went crazy. Well,
I don't say his name too much, but Bob Griffin. Bob Griffin had a good year.
who else? Like Marcus Mariota was nice in college.
He's in
Uh,
my top 25.
were but yeah. Let me hear your 21 to 25 real quick, brother. Talking about my honorable mentions. Let's get to the end of yours.
Got Percy Harvin, Marcus Mariota, Christian McCaffrey, Khalil Mack, and Jalen Ramsey is my last five.
Oh, you got C Mac in there. You ain't got Derrick Henry in there.
I got C Mac over Derrick Henry. I should have Derrick Henry over C Mac though. You're right. Um, but yeah, C Mac was in there for me.
Respect. Uh,
C Mac, I thought C Mac the coldest white boy I ever seen for sure.
oh no, yeah, bar none. Him and
Look at
Luke
that. Derrick
Kuechly.
Henry probably deserves it over C Mac. So scratch C Mac for Derrick Henry.
Respect. I wasn't trying. You know what I mean? We just SEC guys with Derrick Henry. That was a Derrick Henry led team, national championship led team. We went as he went.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely.
so we gotta factor in, the production he had. He rushed for over 2,000, got the single season SEC rushing record. Like he went crazy, scoring over 20 tuds. He went crazy. So
Absolutely.
uh,
Absolutely.
but yeah, I also like the Luke Kuechly pickup too. I meant to acknowledge that when you had him. I love Luke Kuechly. That's one of my favorite linebackers ever. I'm so
Yeah,
sick he had to retire early, Malik, but that was a great player at Boston College. If people remember, if you go back, All American, leading the conference, Defensive Player of the Year, leading the conference in tackles. Excuse me. He was nasty, nasty man. So. Uh, Who'd you have number one again?
Reggie Bush, Cam Newton, number two.
You know, I always say Reggie Bush was the greatest player of our generation. So I'm gonna flip mine too. If you could flip yours, I'm gonna flip mine too. I'm not gonna front. I'm gonna put Reggie Bush number one and put Cam Newton number two. Because I do state that, and I have stated that. We've had back and forths about that before. But yeah,
Reggie's the Reggie's the guy, man.
Reggie was that deal.
He was that guy everybody wanted to be, man. Everybody looked up to Reggie. Everybody was tuning in to watch Reggie, whether they was your team or not. You had to watch Reggie, bro.
Man,
That's how I felt about Cam, though. I mean, even though Cam went to Florida, so I knew who Cam was. Like, obviously, nobody knew Cam was about to go and do what he did at Auburn. But I remember specifically watching his first game versus Arkansas State, bro, just because I knew he was going to be starting.
oh, I was
Yeah.
about to say, did you have the foresight to see like when he get his 1 year in, he gonna be nice?
Well, I mean, he was a five-star quarterback. I mean, he just was never going to play. He just, bro, he played sparingly, but he played like Tebow though. So you just didn't know like what you was really going to get out of him. You just knew he was probably like a more athletic Tebow. Like he was running, he come in, run a few QB blasts, things of that nature. Nothing crazy at all, bro. Like so
Right.
nobody knew what he was going to be. You just never knew because he was never going to play because Tebow was there. It was just going to be a while. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to see him play, bro. For real, for real. Nothing more than that, bro. I just tuned in to watch Brett play, and then he went crazy, and then it was just turned into a weekly thing. I don't think I missed a game. I think the only game of Cam's I didn't watch that year might have been that Ole Miss game, bro, when he caught the touchdown.
Got you.
That might have been the only game I actively didn't watch.
Yeah, Cam Newton went crazy at Auburn that 1 year. That wasn't a team again that was supposed to be in contention for the Natty. He really led them boys through a crazy SEC. He had a comeback win against my Bama boys. That was crazy. Like I said, he has a very memorable run he had on LSU, where he cut back and then, dragged Patrick Peterson in the end zone. He just got a lot of memorable moments from that year where he went crazy. Like I said, the touchdown catch against Ole Miss. Cam Newton was nasty. And that's our rival school. I hate Auburn, but he was nasty.
Bro,
So,
that's the best season ever. And I know a lot of people point to Joe Burrow's season, rightfully so, throwing for that many yards, like 60 touchdowns.
yeah,
I get it. But he had NFL superstar talent with him, as well as an NFL offensive play caller, calling that whole scheme that year. It was a great year. You see he's in my top 25, but I think people overhyped that LSU team. I think Joe Burrow and them was that nice for sure. Like that offense was that cold, but I don't think totality. They should be talked about the way that some people talk about. I think people should talk about what Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson did specifically. More than anything.
got you. And all them boys put up crazy numbers. Remember Jamar Chase? That's why he was able to sit out the next year. People
Like,
forget.
bro, and go ahead. No, I was going to piggyback off of that, bro. Like the team the team rose so much off of their success, bro. I don't even know if people remember, bro. Grant Delpit won the Thorpe Award that year over Jeff Okuda. It was one of the most blatant, like, what are they doing, like, award give outs, like, in recent memories, bro. Like, if you can go back and look at that, bro. Like,
He had a
they
lot
gave,
of hype coming out of college, Jeff Okuda, man.
he did, bro. He went number three.
Yeah.
He went number three that year, bro. Grant Delpit won the Thorpe Award that year off of his reputation from the previous year, bro. It just so happened that the team that year was that good. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of went under the radar, bro. But if you watch it, bro, like you watch y'all's game, bro, like Devontae Smith, I seen Smitty talking about it the other day. He said he felt like they was better. Y'all was better than them that year, but y'all only got to play him once.
Yeah, Tua had that fumble in the red zone. That's one of the
Yeah.
plays that haunts me. I'm not gonna lie. Game was
That was gonna be a pure shootout, bro. That's gonna be a pure shootout.
yeah. It was shoot.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it ended up being. Yeah, that they jumped out on y'all. Y'all ended up creeping back and get.
Yeah.
That's what people don't remember, bro. Like,
They jumped out on us for sure. It was like
imagine,
14
but
nothing.
imagine that they don't jump out on y'all though.
Yeah.
You
Because
know,
Tua would have scored that first drive, yes. If Tua
you
wouldn't have
feel me?
fumbled, I'm with you, fam. Gosh, Tua. That play still haunts me. You see how quick I brought it up. Let's I want to deep dive more though into why you think Cam Newton had the best single season between him and Joe Burrow. Because again, a lot of people do think that Malik, and they're gonna go to the numbers, they're gonna go to the success. My thing is like, and I know I posed the question to you. My thing is, bro, again, we're SEC guys. We've seen it when we was kids. We saw how it evolved. That was a crazy offensive team that they had, that LSU team. Okay.
Mm,
He his two receivers are the top two receivers in the league, arguably. Arguably. Literally. When they was in college, Jamar Chase was the number one receiver, y'all. I feel like a lot people going to say Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the league. You feel me? Malik thinks so, right? I think it's Jamar Chase. When they was in college, it was clear it was Jamar Chase, in my opinion. But imagine
mm?
both them on the team.
You think it was clear it was Jamar Chase? I
I
don't know
think
about
so.
that. I
I
don't know
thought
about
so.
that.
I thought he was cold, Jamar Chase.
You gotta go look at them numbers, bruh.
I know, no. I know Justin put up crazy numbers. And there was another receiver that they had was nice. I'm forgetting somebody, cuz.
Terrence Marshall,
Yeah, cuz.
he had 1,000 too.
See what I mean?
He had 1,000 too, bro. Bro, I don't agree with that, but you're smack on that they are the two top receivers in the league for sure. I think in college, I think in college it was pick your poison. I think I was taking Jamar at the time because he's younger, of course, doing that. Um, and like I've always said, he can take a screen 80, bro. Like it's just a little, that's just certain things. But I think I don't know, bro. Jettas is nice, bro. Like and and I don't know how you feel about them because y'all always was beating LSU. They always had stalemates when they played y'all, bro. But like when we played LSU, like back in them days, bro, he that would be like the one game LSU would find an offense. LSU struggled to have an offense for a
For
while. It
years,
wasn't
yes.
until Joe Burrow's senior year for real until they had a real
Yes.
offense. Like,
Talk
let's just
about
keep
it.
it a bean.
Malik, they had him for 2 years. Yes, talk
Yeah,
about it.
it wasn't until his senior year. The second year
Yes.
is when they
He
had
was
a
there
good
for two
offense.
years.
Yeah,
Yes.
for
And
sure,
develop into that.
bro. 100%. I think I think that I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's really hard to it's really hard to describe, man. But you're spot on as far as them being the two best guys. As far as who was better, you know what I'm saying, like or whatnot. But as far as the comparisons between Joe Burrow and Cam, that's the reason right there. What we're speaking on right now, bro. Just the talent, the talent and the play calling. Like, okay, Joe Burrow and them's offense didn't flourish. They was like what 8-4 the year before or something like that. Didn't flourish, like I said, until they got your boy Joe Brady in there to come in there, and just really give college football just throw a scheme out of college football that just people just hadn't seen up until that point. Like if I'm keeping it all the way real, you got real deal NFL receivers and you throwing real deal NFL concepts at at college defenses, you know, you get what you got right there. That's just point blank period. Cam Newton, we know Auburn had a losing record. You know what I'm saying? We know Gene Chiswick is an unproven coach. Gus Malzahn, unproven coordinator. Fresh from the high school ranks and whatnot. You know, I think just what Cam did was more impressive, bruh. It wasn't too many NFL. I think it only ended up being like Nick Fairley and one other person that ended up sticking in the league, from that team. Just two people outside of Cam, that actually had somewhat of an NFL career, on that team. And we know there's 100+ people on a college football roster, bro. So I think it's a no brainer. It's a talent discrepancy. What he had to do week in and week out. He was the offense, bro. He was the run game. He was the passing game. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he had to have complimentary football play, but that just shows you what type of inspiration he instilled in said players, bro. Nobody else played on the league, bro. That just shows you what he did, bro. So I think it's really a no brainer, K. Honestly,
Bro, he had 1,500 rushing yards at quarterback in the SEC, fam. Come on. That's a hard enough conference to do that at running back, let alone quarterback. So, yeah, I just wanted to pick your brain because I knew you was going to break it down properly for the listeners. A lot of people be fronting on Cam Newton in comparison to the best season, because they just jump to the stats. You got to add context. You got to add the SEC was crazy. We just told you LSU, Patrick. He was not. Bam, we was smack Bama. We was smacking them. We was smacking them. Malik, I'm still shocked he came back, bro. I don't even like talking about it. I hate acknowledging that game. I'm not gonna elaborate. I'm not even gonna mention names, nothing. I hate that he came back and did that. That's what sold it for me though, bro. I'm like, oh no, he the one. He the one. What? He came in here and did that to us? Coach Saban. Hey, y'all know he a defensive guru. So if Saban couldn't figure him out, come on. So
bro. It's not even the same type of thing, bro. Like you said, just Joe Burrow playing the year at LSU prior already shows you the difference. He's got some type of rapport with Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase played as a freshman, you know. Um, that was his sophomore year. He went that crazy and they won the Natty or whatever, and then he didn't play the next year,
right.
you know. Um, Justin Jefferson, he had been there, you know. Cam is fresh out of Bling, Texas, bruh, winning the JUCO Natty, with a team he just just got thrown into, you know what I'm saying? Straight to Auburn, you know, who's coming off of a terrible losing season, you know. And it just you just don't see somebody go from losing season to undefeated Natty, bro. That's just that just don't happen. That's an incredible turnaround. So shout out to Cam, man.
That's a fact. Uh, but yeah, man. That's our top 25 players since 2000. Other honorable mentions, Malik. Johnny Manziel. I'd be remiss.
Megatron,
Megatron. Is anyone else was missing, fam? I'm glad I brought up Justin Blackman.
Dwight Freeney.
White Freeney was cold. I'm glad I brought up Justin Blackman, though. A lot of people
I'm
forget
glad you
about
did
him.
too. Yeah,
A lot of people forget about him. And I never will.
I'm glad you did. I'm
Y'all
glad
got
you
to think
brought
he
him
one of
up.
the last ones that won the Biletnikoff back to back.
Yeah,
Cold.
gotta give him love.
Yeah, cold. I thought he was gonna be nasty in the league. Ooh.
What's
Uh,
your boy's name that played for y'all corner that played for y'all Sabins first? You got Rolando McClain. That was a good college player, but what
he
was
was
the other?
cold at running back.
No, the linebacker,
I
25,
mean, I ain't meant to say running back. I meant to say linebacker. Yeah, Reuben Foster. That's who you just
Reuben
said.
Foster. No. I said Rolando
Rolando
McClain.
McClain. But yeah, I'm
You
tripping.
thinking of Reuben
I'm
Foster?
thinking of Reuben Foster though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, I remember Rolando McClain. I think Reuben Foster was better though, respectfully. Uh,
Yeah, I think Reuben Foster had immense talent. I think he just
Background stuff.
he wasn't around. Yeah, he
Yeah,
wasn't
just
around all the
background
time.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
background
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, just off the field stuff. Yeah, he couldn't get right, but the
But
talent's there.
what's your boy Mark Ingram?
Was you gonna bring up Javier Arenas?
I was gonna bring up Javier though. I was gonna bring up
Hey,
Javier.
yo, listen. I'm talking to this dude. That was a LSU fan. I had met him right real quick,
Hmm.
and he was like, "Dog, y'all had a corner back in the day that was nice, just like how you mentioned it." And I'm like, "Bro, you talking about Javier Arenas?" And well, he asked, I'm like, how you remember him? So I'm gonna ask you, how you remember him, bro? Because he was nasty. You know, that's Gilbert Arenas' cousin.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Did not know that. But just watching football, bro. He was just one of the players that helped save and turn it around.
he's an impact player, good DB. You know what I'm saying? He returned them punts too. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
was out there making plays.
he was the one that he was one of them seniors that helped turn around. He's one of the seniors that helped him get his first ring at Bama for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, man. I be watching football, man.
Yeah, you do. That's why you great at what you do. That's why you great at what you do, my boy. But yeah, you got anything else you want to add, man? I hate that we gotta move on, but shoot,
Nah, nah. I think everybody who deserved to be mentioned got mentioned, man.
got
Even
acknowledged.
Bob, you
Yes.
know.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I really
yeah,
feel like we not. Really feel
I
like
see the
we.
list with Joe Thomas on there as well. You
Oh
know,
yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes. Don't want to forget about Joe. Yeah, you're right. I saw a list with Matt Liner on there too.
Matt
Um.
Leinart. I think he deserve. I think he could honestly. He
Yeah.
honestly has a case of being in there,
He
honestly.
does. He does. He had a great year. I know we like to talk. We love to talk about Reggie. We cannot forget about what Matt Liner was doing in that passing game, though. My gosh, my gosh.
Mhm.
Yeah, he went crazy. Uh, so
Sam Bradford. He had a
thank you.
crazy,
I didn't know which
crazy
quarterback from
career.
Oklahoma I wanted to mention. You dig? Because he wasn't the only quarterback to win it since 2000. You feel me?
Hmm.
Obviously. Uh,
It's three. It's been three of them.
yep.
Him,
So,
Kyler, and Baker. Yeah.
yep. So I'm like, dang,
But
I
yeah,
ain't.
ain't nothing wrong with a shout out, man. Deserves it, bro.
Yeah, you do. Sam Bradford was nice at Oklahoma. Nice.
So do what was the receiver he used to play with Sam Ryan Broyles. He had the all time receiving record for a minute. I don't know if he still got it or not, but he had it for the longest, like for college football, like
Yeah,
all time.
yeah,
Uh so yeah, yeah. So, gotta shout out everybody, man. Everybody come to the head, man.
yeah. It was a lot of nice players. We forgetting some Miami players too. I know we just named Ed Reed and Brian McKinney and Sean Taylor. They had a lot of cold players though. I know you said you
Absolutely.
loved Philip Buchanan. I know you said you loved him. Uh,
Yeah, call him? Andre Johnson.
bro, Andre was
Uh
cold.
bro, you got what's his name? Clinton Portis. We was talking about him the other day.
Yeah. Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Jonathan Vilma. They had some crazy talent.
Hmm.
Kellen
Santana
Went,
Moss.
excuse me. We can't talk about he did some wild, but Jeremy Shockey and all them.
Mhm.
Uh,
All types of players that come
yeah,
out in there,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
USC got mad linebackers. Clay Matthews, Brian Cushing, you know, was it Ray Maluga?
Yep.
Uh, yeah, they got a bunch of more. They got a bunch of people too.
Man, real quick, to transition, we're gonna keep it in college men's basketball. UNC, we got our dub last night, big dub against Kentucky. First time beating them in the Rupp Arena since 2007, man. Bro, bro. The freshman that we got, Malik, that boy Caleb, hey, that boy is special. You hear me? Did you hear that? Did you see that turnaround baby floater he hit? He did a 180.
Yeah,
Bro, I know he just had 15 and 12, but I mean we can't front on that. 15, 12, and 6 dimes. Uh, he went crazy, fam. And
Nah, yeah. Nah, go ahead. You good?
shout out my dog Derek Dixon, man, coming off the bench. Big for us, scoring 9 points. Somebody listening be like, nah, no. He scored like 5 points in like the final like 3 minutes, though. That was big. Ultimately hitting the game winner. But he hit that three before that to put us up. So he had hit back to back game winning shots. You dig? So he really came up clutch. And excuse me, I said 3 minutes, the last 2 minutes. He went crazy. But yeah, we got the dub 67-64 over Kentucky last night. Today's Thursday, so when I say, excuse me, Wednesday. So when I say last night, uh, I'll be talking about Tuesday evening. This will be out on Thursday. But yeah, two ranked opponents. Malik, we were ranked 16th. They were ranked 18th. Our leading scorer was Vasir. He had 17 points, 10 rebounds. Like I said, Caleb Wilson had 15 and 12. It's those was our leading scorers. And Bogovic, he made me mad missing that free throw and then fouling out. But he had a good game also, scoring 12. So should have been at least 13. But it's all good though, man. It's a good shooter. But yeah, what's your thoughts on the game, man? How we looking? I'm still mad we Seth Trimble was out. I feel like we missing something, but overall I feel like we still look good though. What you think, fam?
Actually, I don't think we looked good yesterday. I thought it was a sloppy win.
Oh no, it was sloppy, yeah. Because they went droughts where they didn't score. And we should have,
Yeah.
yeah. You right.
But, sometimes you got to win those games. So I'm glad we could win, a ranked game that way. Uh, it's only going to add to the team morale. But um, I like what I'm seeing. Yeah, I can't wait till Seth gets back. Um, Other than that, though, as long as the shots is falling, I think we're a solid team, man. I think it's just about everybody playing with confidence, trying to get Evans to shoot better. We're getting him more consistent. I like the dude, Powell, the W transfer. He always come in and hit a few threes. So I like having him in the rotation. But it's really just going to be about making shots for us, man. We got the size. We play defense. We'll be even better defensively once Seth gets back. Yeah, I think it's just going to be about not 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 beating ourselves too much, man, in these games. And trying to make some shots. We can make some shots. We're gonna be just okay because we are back to out rebounding people. And that's really a focal point of Carolina basketball. You know. So yeah, we're solid, man. We're a solid team. We'll be a tough out if we are missing something with Seth, but that's just defensive flexibility and just a little more confidence out there on the floor. Uh, yeah, I like it though. Shout out to them. Good winning. You know.
Man, is this because I know you peep because you're a sports savant like myself, avid fan. So I know you see how this freshman class across the board is going crazy, crazy, Malik. Would it be safe to say that this is one of the deepest freshman classes that we've seen in recent years?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think it's a no-brainer if you really tapped in watching it. These last 2 years, there's been a few good. There's been some good freshmen, and this year even more than last year.
it's
Uh,
crazy. Like
so
Arkansas
yeah,
got a couple nice freshmen. You know what I'm saying? We know about AJ. We know about the Boozer twins, but he putting up crazy numbers, bruh. Uh, we see what Caleb doing. It's a lot of freshmen doing their thing. Uh, just across the board, it's crazy. Um, and NBA basketball, real quick, man. The Giannis trade rumors have kind of been how can I put this, reintroduced to us. Although has been reported that he requested a trade at the beginning of the season. So, given the recent struggles, Malik, I just wanted to pose the question to you: where do you see some good trade destinations that best fit? With Giannis on the team, where you see some plausible options as far as landing spots?
uh, Miami. Uh, I know New York is always a thing as well. I seen what New York talking about giving up. It's kind of crazy. Uh, but I'd say top two for me probably be Miami and New York, honestly.
Got you.
Um, I think they both can put together some packages to get him there and make it his show for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, those were a couple teams I was going to mention. Obviously, I would love the Lakers to get him. Um, I
Got
think
Trey Reeves.
I think the Warriors definitely could use somebody like that as well. That'll help turn them all the way up. It'd be interesting how they would package, Kaminga and other players that they have because they got some young players and then they got, you know, some veteran players too that are formidable. So,
Hmm. Hadn't heard the Warriors. That's a cool watch.
oh no, I haven't either. I'm just throwing them out there because
Mm.
I do think maybe they could put something together. Um, real quick, bro, who's your top five teams in the NBA? If you was to provide a power ranking, it don't got to be in any particular order. Who you think is the top five out there? I know for me, I got my power rankings would go OKC, Detroit, of course. So that would be my top two. Three, I would have Miami. Four, I would have my Lakers, and then five, I would have the Nuggets. Nuggets at five. What you think though, buddy?
Uh, I'd probably go Thunder, Pistons, Rockets, um, Lakers, and Nuggets. That'd be my top.
Bro, you think Chris Paul is being done wrong?
If the reports are true of him trying to hold people accountable, and they letting him go or whatnot, yeah. I still ain't read some stuff. I heard some more stuff that I didn't read, but I'm about to go out. Need to go out and look more into it. But yeah, from what I heard, like yeah, him trying to hold meetings, Ty Lue not talking to him, bro, just him trying to do the right things, and then not being received well. I know a lot of people don't really like Chris Paul too. I know he has a reputation of not being that liked, league wide. So maybe that has an effect on some things. Um, but yeah, I think he's kind of being done wrong because they saw it, So if I can bring anything to help, because one thing we can't say about CP3, he is a winner. You know, uh,
Yes, he is.
just about anywhere he's been, he's gotten that team to the playoffs. Like that's just a fact. It ain't too many years he's missed them. You know, so yeah, man, I think he's definitely been done wrong. Okay, just in that aspect, especially if it's between him and Ty Lue. Like Ty Lue ain't got that much equity in the league.
Nah,
You
for real.
know, he feeling himself too much right now.
Um, real quick, man, we got to touch on NFL football. Uh, from last week, who was your CSN player of the week, bro?
Dak Prescott,
That was a big
thanks
win. Yeah,
Thanksgiving win,
that was a big win.
27-39, 320, couple tugs versus the Chiefs. Started off shaky with the pick, but settled right back in. Cowboys, they finding some momentum. Um, things is going in the right direction for them. They still need a couple things to happen for them, but uh, another Sunday of losses, and the Cowboys can find themselves in the thick of that wild card hunt, or possibly competing for the division. depending on how many. If the Eagles keep losing, so yeah, shout out to Dak. That was a big win. But the expectations are coming.
For me, I'm going to say Bryce Young. And yeah, I know, the Rams had a lot of turnovers. Um, but that's one of the top teams in the league. That's no bias. Obviously, that's my league's team. So I have no reason to cap. Y'all know who I like, so it's no reason for me to front. That's one of the top teams in the league. For him to um, convert multiple fourth downs and that game winning touchdown pass that ended up being game winning that was on fourth down, how he went through his progressions and layered that throw. I mean, that's beautiful, Bryce. From me, real quick, Leak, that's what the Panthers like gotta see as far as film and just trusting that and build around that. You got to continue to put talent around him. That was a great staple win. I feel like in his early career, because again, y'all are one of the top teams in the league. Nobody expected them to beat y'all. So for him to do that in the fashion he did, coming up clutch in the manner in which he did, I think that deserves to be acknowledged. So that would be my CSN Player of the Week.
Yeah, he definitely capitalized, man. Shout out Bryce Young.
Uh, Real quick, I just want to hear. Speaking of Power Fives, what's your CSN Power Five ranking for the NFL?
Mine's is I got the Patriots at one, Broncos at two, the Rams at three, the Packers at four, and the Bears at five.
Okay. For me, I have y'all actually at number one. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna front.
I would have us at one. I'm mad at them right now,
I understand, as you should be. The
man.
Patriots haven't played anybody, in my opinion.
They
Um,
haven't. They haven't.
but I'm
I'm
not
just
trying to front. I'm not trying to front. League
we got to show them love,
got
man.
to. They are 11-2. You have to show love. We have to. We have to. I just want y'all to go look at their last eight opponents. Please go look at their last eight games. But number two, I have the Broncos. Number three, I have the Patriots. Um, Number four, I have the Eagles, and number five, I have the Bears. So those are my uh CSN top five power rankings for the NFL. Moving on, another favorite segment of mine, Malik. Before we wrap up the show, it's our CSN overreaction segment. Again, this is true, false, but you can provide a short answer. Uh, Mike Tomlin should be on the hot seat. I say false, but
Tomlin should be on the hot seat. Bro, it's not that easy, but no, false.
Matt Stafford should be your favorite for NFL MVP. I say true.
I say true.
You can go look at the numbers, even though I know he just threw a few picks. Still, touchdown interception ratio, still beautiful though. The Steelers will finish first in the AFC North. I mean, I ain't meant to say AFC North, excuse me.
It is ASN North.
But I'm gonna say false.
I'm gonna say true.
I think the Ravens gonna catch him. I drew a blank there. I don't know why I said I was looking at this daggone a few bullets down, looking at the NFC West. I'm rushing. Excuse me. Mike Vrabel is your NFL coach of the year. I say false.
Uh, true.
The Chiefs dynasty is over. I say for this year that is true.
Um, they still got Patty, but yeah, I'll say true.
Dallas Cowboys will make a run to the playoffs after beating Philadelphia and Kansas City in back-to-back weeks. I say false, but
I'm gonna say false only because they don't necessarily control it. they can win out and still not get there. You know, they
That
need other things to happen. So I'm gonna say false.
yeah.
Yeah, but I do think that it's a strong possibility that that might happen though, especially if the Eagles lose again, bro.
The NFC West will have three teams make the playoffs.
True.
I say true. Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic are the best duo in the NBA. I'm gonna say the truth for this year. F it, I'm rolling. Buying.
False. False. I know a couple better than them.
This is the best freshman class we've seen in college basketball in the last 5 years. I'm gonna say false, but I know they can make a case. It's a lot of nice youngins though that's hooping.
I'm gonna say true.
The Detroit Pistons will win the East this year.
False. But I think they can get to the conference shit
I do
on
too.
the low.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say true on that. And then Lane Kiffin did Ole Miss dirty. I say false.
It's complicated, but true. He
Word.
did do them dirty, but it's not entirely his fault.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, that's the schedule. You know what I'm saying? That's really
Yeah,
mad. I mean, you can't be mad at the man for taking a better job. I hate LSU, but that is a better job.
it's the schedule, but it's the schedule as far as the places courting, if that makes sense. Like Lane Kiffin could easily say, like, you know, I ain't taking that job till the end of the season, till the season completely over. I ain't talking about no other job. You know what I'm saying? But you can't realistically do that, you know, because of how the calendar sets up, you know, and how Early Signing Day sets up, and how portal windows, you know, based off of coaching movement sets up. It's just a lot of parameters that goes into it, man. But I do think he did him wrong still, though.
Respect. For our next segment, we got our CSN Pick Six segment. League pick your three, and I'll follow up with mine.
Mine's is all college football, man. I'm going with them the championship game. So I'm going Tulane +3. Shout out to Coach Summerall. I'm gonna go ahead and show him some love. I ain't on no hype train, but I'm a ride with him, you know, on his big game. Um, I'm gonna go Indiana +4. Actually, scrap it. We going Indiana money line. You know, I had them +4. We're gonna go Indiana money line, and then I'm gonna go UGA -2.5. I think they get y'all.
I surely hope not. But for me, I'm gonna go straight NFL. Um, I'm taking Miami, even though they'll be on the road against the Jets. I'm taking them at -2.5. I like the Buccaneers on the at home hosting the Saints. I'm taking Tampa Bay at -8.5, and then I'm taking Seattle on the road against Atlanta. I'm taking them at -7, and then I'll give y'all an extra one. You know, just because I'm feeling real confident about this one. I would take the Rams against the Cardinals at -7.5. So if you want to make some money this weekend, we got six, well, really seven picks for y'all that y'all could choose from. You dig? Um, but yeah, that wraps up our segments. Malik, I know there's no 2 minute warning this week. I'm gonna hold off on my overtime segment I have for y'all because I feel like we just tackle so much information. I don't want to hold y'all up, but man, please bear with us, man. I know somebody had brought to my attention, like, man, y'all haven't done an interview in a long time, and we still do interviews. Don't get it twisted. Uh, we just, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of stuff been going on in the sports world, man. I just be wanting to hear from the homies. You dig? But we not against, having anybody on the show. We definitely want to. It's just a matter of timing. We have had some guests that were interested, and we were interested mutually, but just the timing wasn't right. So, timing has to play a factor in it as well. But we're gonna get back to it. Y'all know that. Please continue to like, subscribe, and share and view the content. As always, we appreciate the support and the constructive criticism, man. Please continue to support us. It's your boy KVZ. I'm with Leak to God, and we out, man. Peace and blessings.
Peace.